Good Rocks Wilderness.
Here we come.
Good morning. It is day 24. Our packs are very big and heavy. We have a 6-day carry. So we've got 6 days of food in there, our longest yet. And the reason is because we're trying to get all the way to Cascade Locks without a resupply. Cascade Locks will be the border with Oregon. So exciting that we're so close, but still quite far away. This section has an area called Goat Rocks, which is known as being one of the more scenic areas of the entire trail. We're doing kind of a shorter day today. We're gonna try and set ourselves up before the rain comes in, and then we should be in for some amazing views.
We stopped about an hour and a half ago, thinking that it might rain today as forecasted.
High five for perfect instincts.
All right, we just had a little bit of a situation. It did end up raining after all. And
More than just like a smidgen, it's raining.
Of course, our perfectly flat, comfortable camping spot ended up pooling water.
Turns out we are actually kind of floating in a pool of water.
We decided that we probably needed to move now.
Yeah, it was a strategic decision.
This is not a freestanding tent, it's held by trekking poles. So what we had to do was somehow kind of take down the trekking poles and hold it up while we were doing that so the water didn't come in.
And then move the tent another, 50 feet to a higher, flatter, well, less flat actually, but a higher spot that didn't look like water was pooling. And I think we pulled it off, honestly.
We did. Things are dry.
Yeah, except for the things that were outside the tent before, which were swimming in the pool. Our bodies are dry. Important things that need to stay dry are dry. And so, not to be proud of ourselves again, since obviously that was misplaced earlier and karma got us, but I'm proud of us for moving. Brian identified the problem. I'm so glad he did. We made a quick decision. We moved the tent, and hopefully we're going to be dry for the night.
I think we're going to be okay for the night.
All part of the adventure. That's why we're out here.
Yeah. So we're climbing up something pretty steep right now to get onto the knife's edge, which is supposed to be one of the coolest parts on the whole Pacific Creat Trail. Already we've gone through some of the coolest meadows of the trip with wildflowers. Now we're on the alternative route that goes up and over Snowy Mountain. Clouds are coming and going. It might be socked in up there, but What's another 1,000 feet? Let's climb. Just made it through the core of the Goat Rocks. Boy, it really impressed me. It was some of the coolest hiking I think we've done so far. We stopped for a great lunch overlooking the woods between us and Mount Adams, which is where we're going to spend the next few days.
This day was superb, I have to say. Like, nothing can get you down when you're out here on a beautiful day at these views. We saw about a dozen mountain goats. That was amazing. They weren't like right in front of us, but it was really cute to see the different sizes. You could see the babies and the families and just the views. Absolutely awe-inspiring. Probably going to be one of the best days, you know, of the entire hike. I don't know how we can beat this.
Entering Yakima Indian Reservation. Thank you, Yakima. Just stop right here at this trail junction. Can eat some tacos, hopefully get a good night's sleep. We've been hiking by all these lakes this morning, in and out of the woods, which has meant quite the range of mosquitoes, from quite a few to quite a lot. I feel like all of a sudden we stepped into this pine forest. It looks like we're in a much drier climate. I think we're getting up on the shoulder of Mount Adams.
Mount Adams Wilderness, good old Gifford Pinchot.
This is a neat water source where the water is coming right out of this lava field.
The best source of water on the entire PCT. Lives up to its reputation. I just drank it.
Mount Adams. We're hiking through these lava fields with giant lava rock right on the shoulder of a volcano, Mount Adams. Here we can see two other volcanoes, Rainier and Helens, in the distance. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like prehistoric, it feels like. Pink, orange.
Our first glimpse of Mount Hood. This is a 4 volcano day. Look at that. There's not even any clouds. Look how pointy it is.
So we are at over 30 miles for the day, about a mile from camp. It's gonna be our biggest day yet. Also one of the most scenic and beautiful of the trip. I probably say that every day, but man, going past Adams, incredible. Okay, we got to where we were gonna camp, but there's no place to camp there. We're in a burn area right now. Some of the campsites have kind of been taken over by the new growth, and they're surrounded by snags, which we don't really want to camp under anyhow. So it's getting kind of dark, but we're going to keep going. Hopefully we find a good spot before long. The last mile isn't always the easiest mile. A few obstacles slowing us down. How are we doing?
Woo. We made it. I don't know how many miles yet. It was more than 30. Those last few, we kept looking for a tent site, and so that's when it became an adventure, you know. It really expanded more than we wanted. But we made it. We have a good attitude. Our bodies can do it. Here we go. Cheers to our first 30+ mile day, even if it was a few more miles than we anticipated.
It looks pretty bright out still on the phone, but let me tell you, the sun is actually going over the horizon right now. It's getting a little dark, so great timing us. And we did it. There's our tent site for the night. 33 miles. Good morning. It is day 27. In a couple miles, we're going to be at the junction where most folks take a shuttle into Trout Lake for a resupply. However, we're just going to keep hiking forward on our way to Cascade Locks.
Let's see if our friends are in front of us or behind us.
We never know.
We never know. You'd think it's hard to lose people on this trail, but it's actually very easy.
All right, we are in the Indian Heaven Wilderness. We've been warned by passers-by already that these mosquitoes are monstrous in this wilderness area. Hopefully we can sneak on through without the mosquitoes knowing we're here.
We're back to the land of beautiful lakes. Woo!
That means it's blue and not brown. Not stagnant.
This is one of those opportunities that you didn't see coming, that you just take when they come. We are towards the end of our day, and suddenly we found ourselves at the top of this hill with a beautiful view of Mount Hood and a cool breeze. And so we said, let's stop. Why rush to get to camp? And so we're having a wonderful, very late ramen lunch with views to die for.
We've kind of pushed the last couple of days, but we don't really want to do that at the expense of enjoying things. So right now, We're pure enjoying things.
Pure enjoyment. Pura vida. Today is day 28 on the trail, and we are 2 days from the end of Washington State. I can't believe it. My feet are hurting, all parts of my feet, but in very different ways. The blister parts, okay, they always hurt first thing in the morning. But then the parts that aren't blisters on my heels also feel sensitive. Then I've got a part of my foot that feels like I'm walking on a stick all day because my shoes are at end of life. And then my little arches feel like they're stretching out with each step. And then my like toe pads also hurt with each step just because they're tender from all of the miles. So my feet are having a morning. They're done. They're ready for a massage.
How's everything else feel?
Everything else feels just fine. I just, unfortunately, every step requires feet.
All right, we made it through the Indian Heaven Wilderness. It was delightful. It was not very showy.
I would describe it as peaceful. I thought it was very peaceful.
Yeah, very peaceful. Right now we're hiking through these kind of cool volcanic soil and rock forested lands. And yeah, we'll see what the next 2 days brings.
A few hours in and my feet are feeling fine. They just need a little warm up. This isn't quite the best example, but we're seeing these sphere-like spider webs. Really, really interesting to trap the lucky victims inside.
Look at Matt Adams getting quite a bit further away. That way.
The moss is like a shag carpet.
Today has been another long day. Gonna get in a little over 30 miles. It's been interesting. It's been mostly just hiking through the woods. Today I think we've been on the trail for 12 or 13 hours. So honestly, one thing I wanted to do is just hike all day. And that's what we're doing now. So I'm pretty grateful for that. Thankful to be out here. Today is day 29 on the Pacific Crest Trail. Today is the day that we cross from Washington to Oregon, if things go planned. We do have a big day ahead of us. We have probably 7,000 feet of descent, 4,000 some ascent, and 25 miles to go. Just hiking through this woods again, which is okay, but I think we're getting a little bored with it. And the worst part of today is we know there's poison oak all along the trail. So hopefully that turns out all right.
We're stopped for brunch. Our new tradition is to get up, get out, get a couple miles in, and then stop for our oatmeal. And we found this beautiful, calm little lake area just for the two of us. Nice little romantic breakfast.
These morning breaks are one of my favorite things. good spot for it this morning. So it's been pretty neat today because we've kind of hiked down and up into the ravine and now back out. So you got to see the timber change. It was really neat at the bottom and it looked quite jungly, big, huge trees. Now we're a little higher elevation. We just saw a sign that said these trees are 50 years old. And they're only like 8-10 inches in diameter. Kind of just goes to show that the age of a tree doesn't always correlate to the size. This is the yellow brick road. About 11 miles from town. It's all downhill from here pretty much.
Literally.
In from launch. Right now we're looking out. We can see the Columbia River, which is the border between the states. Pretty exciting.
It's super exciting. My body's doing some weird things, so I'm looking forward to getting a break in the city. I think it's ready for a break.
Yeah, and supposedly there's a brewery in town that gives free beer to PCT hikers.
We'll bring our permits.
Okay, we only have a couple more miles to go, but we've definitely found the poison oak. It's pretty much surrounding both sides of the trail. So we're going slow, but we are making progress. All right, we've hiked 500 miles in Washington, and now
Time to cross over into Oregon. Here we are at the Bridge of the Gods. I cannot believe we made it. Shout out for hand. Woo!
Let's walk across this bridge.
Wish us luck.
Yeah. There's no shoulder on this bridge. It's a little tight. Cascade Locks.